हेतुबान्धयते नाथं देशिकं तमुपास्महे यस्मादनुग्रहलब्ध्वा महादज्ञानमुत्सृजेत् तस्मै त्रिदेशिकेन्द्राय नमश्चाभीष्टसिद्धये पादाब्जं सर्वसंसारदावानलविनाशकं ब्रह्मरन्ध्रे सीतां भोजमध्यस्थं चन्द्रमण्डले अकटादि त्रिरेखाब्जे सहस्रदलमण्डले हंसपाशाद्विकोणे च स्मरेतन्माराध्यम् सकलभुवनसृष्टि कल्पिता शेषपुष्टि निखिला निगमदृष्टि सम्पदं व्यस्तदृष्टि
So, and this
अवगुणा परिमाष्टि सत्पदा
Swami Muktinanda singing the invocation of the Guru. And for those of you that are coming on Zoom, we're going to do that at 1 o'clock on Sunday. So at 1 o'clock, you come on at that time. And then we can work out any little problems. And you should definitely have mute on your side. What are you gasping for breath on the other side? Swooning or whatever. Huh? The control group. You guys are the control group. Focus in for a few moments.
तदे जाति तन्नै जाति तद्दूरे तत्समीपके तदन्तरश्च सर्वश्च तदु सर्वश्चाशवायता अजो अमजरो हम च अनादि निधन स्वयं अविकारस्थिदानन्द
And also Giswa's is having an operation on Friday. We'll focus on her also this morning. Right there.
Sruti pratyakshamē diya manumanascha tushtayam
And we can extend to each other. We can extend to our ancestors, mothers and the fathers, to our friends and companions. And then we can extend to all the great yogis, teachers we have had, especially this morning, extend to Thai Situ. And then we can extend to all the different traditions that we participate in, lineages, and they mix in our bodies and become universal people. And then we extend to that dimension of our own awareness, which is so ineffable and so present, the archetypal, the primordial energies and vortexes that are personified and symbolized. This morning we'll again focus, invoke the primordial Guru.
Savaram Gangamam Chaiva Tata Chaiva Characharam Yaptam Vayam.
We can lower that beautiful, beautiful chant and Sri Gurudeva. So here we are. Glad everybody here today. Glad to be back. So I said, here we are again, waiting for a great yogi to visit. Huh? What do we do? Very, very, we have the best fortune, right? The best fortune to have these great yogis come and visit us and bring blessings to us. But But actually, I think, in my own opinionated way, they actually come to be in Washington, D.C. And they come to Washington and to bring light and energy and blessings to this center, this great center in the world, right? Washington. This is one way of doing it, inconspicuously. When Radu Deyazo says that's how he described why he was coming to Washington. So here we are again. So even before the person appears, right? The energy begins to appearing and manifesting, huh? And the light begins to appear, manifesting. Then events start happening. Crisis can appear, right? That breaking apart. Openings happening. Openings happening. That's the nice word for crises.
Opportunities.
Opportunities. Potentiality. And direct engagement. Direct engagement can happen, huh? Direct engagement happens. And it's happening already. Very, very lucky. Super lucky. Very much appreciate Lama Norla for opening this up for us. I like how it looks too. That's very elegante, huh? I'll go through some of the people who will be here in a little while after this little talk. There are a number of lamas coming. Through a past year, and actually since September, actually, we've been focusing a lot onto awareness together, on integrating our mind into this awareness, this field. Blending, integrating, though they're intrinsically integrated, experientially, as we grow up, they become dissociated more and more through events and culture. So we've been focusing on integrating our mind into the awareness state. We've been focusing on integrating our meditative awareness, not just meditation, but into our life experiences, huh? Ongoing continuity of awareness. We've been focusing, these are all different metaphors for the same phenomena, integrating our mind into the heart essence, into the Hridayam, huh? As the Gurava Tantra focuses so completely on the great Tantra of the divinity of appearances and experience. We've been working on experiencing, to use another language, the mysterious conjunctio of our mind and awareness. And the experience of appearance and awareness being indivisible. An appearance in emptiness, that primordial openness, being indivisible. And radiance, and the openness, the radiance in the space, being invisible. Opening us, freeing us, ordinary people with some good fortune, to the experience of duality within non-duality. Even at this moment. Me, you, us, them, that, and yet within non-dualness. And within non-duality, duality. It's great oneness and difference. Huh? Or as the Dakini says, the Dursham, Lingpa, you and I are indivisible. Appearance and awareness is indivisible. That's what we've been doing, right? Different ways, whole year. If we remember that at all. But as my friend expresses in his wonderful letters, which we've been reading, it's not easy. It's very simple, but it's not easy, huh? To experience this in a sustained, maintained way. In movement, in action, and the events. So maintaining and sustaining, living within this awareness continuum, and integrating the experience of events within this openness, this gnosis, this awareness, freeing us to experience the beingness of being in everything and anything. Not easy. And then simultaneously, as the letters were coming, we began to focus to go beyond technique, skillful means as different than awareness. We began focusing on devotion, right? As method. And as devotion becomes method, it becomes the method. And all the various techniques, strategies, things become less important. And skillful means itself as something different than being in awareness slowly starts to disappear. Technique as thingy disappears, dissolves. In a certain way, there's no technique. Techniquelessness. And then naturally, as we focus within devotion, we begin to experience the opening, the experience, and to use the language of the guru. So the guru then becomes the upaya. There's a great statement, guru upaya. It's really very powerful. Guru upaya. Guru is method. Guru is the method. And many of the great yogic masters in Shaivism, Dzogchen, Namkha, others, that Dzogchen is guru yoga. And essentially that's what it is. It's experiencing the guru. And as we make that shift, actually, it all becomes much easier. And the difference between effortfulness and givenness also starts to disappear. Say yes if this is making some sense to you. So today's talk, Guru as a Upaya. So begin to learn to mingle, our mind awareness continuum. So now it's our mind awareness continuum with each other, but also begin to mingle our mind awareness continuum with the Guru. Or as Swami Muktananda would say, one said, the Guru is your own awareness, your own inner awareness. And in the same breath, get beyond your mind. And then you'll live life after life and death after death in this awareness. Reincarnation, right? Life after life, death after death. And in a certain way, the Guru is not a person. It is as Muktananda would say, the grace-bestowing power of God, divinity, awareness, Shiva, Shakti, primordial awareness, self-revealing. Primordial awareness in the function of self-revelation. Huh? Just like you and I are self-manifestations of primordial awareness. In a certain way, we're manifesting our own self right here and now. Right? So the guru is that particular function of self-illumination, self-revelation. That's why it's really good to court that relationship, to attune ourselves to that dimension of our own experience within ourselves and within each other's. Things become much simpler. The guru, as it was described in Greek philosophy and in the alchemical traditions, in Gnostic Christianity, Logos. The guru is Logos, the Word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Creation itself is this vast drama of this incarnation, this manifestation of the Logos and incarnating it. So in the microsystem, it's being manifested in macro and micro. You and I are incarnating. There's an incarnational drama. It is a drama of taking and embodying eminence, bringing forth eminence within us. And so we practice this incarnation of the Logos by attuning ourselves within ourselves and within each other with events. As what Muktananda would say, hey, welcome back. Where I am, I see my guru in everything and everyone. So all of the archetypical energies are actually the guru also, huh? Baba would talk about that. You want to see all these different archetypical deities as the guru, and say all the different teachers and yogis who you've met also as the guru, huh? Namanikaya itself as that dimension of the guru. Welcome. Guru Upaya today, so we're talking about from darkness to light, the path of light. The guru path is the path of light, self-illumination and attunement and embodiment of the light. And so there is this process of personification of the guru. Personification. Isn't that a great word? Personification. Personification of the guru. How can compassion manifest without personification? So the personification of the guru within our own self and within others. You really have to get beyond your mind to do that. So there is this felt sense of the guru. There is this felt sense of the guru's presence. Whether it's within a master, like we'll be seeing, like we see, or different ones you have known, or within your own self that felt sense arises, or within another person that felt sense arises. The attunement to that felt sense is liberation. It's that direct, no nothing else. The felt sense of that presence, that process, is liberation, just as we are. It's actually like an art form. Actually, Guru Yoga, these Dzogchen, is an art. It's an aesthetic art. And it is immediacy. It is bold. And it's quite beyond rationality. So when we're in mind alone, you can idolize somebody like a rock and roll star, but you're not in awareness. That sort of thing is not without being in awareness. That's the catch-22. Huh? That's the little catch-22. It has to seep in through our minds, or feeling in another person. Say yes if you're following this. But there are people, and we're lucky, because they come here to visit at times. We go visit them. Little visits, darshans, little meetings, who completely embody the Guru. And it doesn't take away that they're also in all these archetypical manifestations. There's a Guru right there. Right there. Coming right through. There's a Guru there. All these little symbols, right? Coming through doorways. World of doorways. So there are people, though. Persons. Great being sounds nice, but takes me out of personhood. Like something else. Persons. Personification. There are persons who completely embody this incarnation in a very explicit way, that the invisible becomes visible, felt. Huh? And this process of self-revelation simultaneously takes place within us and between us and them in those, in quotes, intersubjective moments, right? Because intersubjective actually picks it, it's really an inside to inside thing. You with me? You can be having breakfast, lunch with one of these people and it doesn't mean anything, you know. But wherever that intersubjective state or open, that inside to inside opening takes place, huh? That's where the self-revelation happens. Clunk. Say yes if this is making sense. Self-liberation. Actually, in that moment, self-liberation opens. And devotion, and the felt sense of devotion, and the felt sense of self-liberation is exactly the same. Whenever devotion opens up, we start experiencing self-liberation. Right there and then. The door opens. So ultimately, Dzogchen is Guru Yoga. Now, I'm going to read some things. If we're lucky to find it again. Here we go. This is from a great, great text called Wisdom Nectar. It's some of the talks of Dzogchen Rinpoche. And in this talk, we can be going from many different traditions, you know. Usually it's in the back of our traditions. And Western traditions. So this is called The Essence of Practice. The Essence of Practice by Dzogchen Rinpoche. And it's called The Nectar for Fortunate Hearts. And so it says this. Invoke the Lama, or the Guru, same thing. And blend your awareness inseparably with the Guru's wisdom awareness. Mingling, we're going to mingle. Huh? And then having merged inseparably, settle into the state of naturalness, the nature of awareness itself. And to be settled in the state of naturalness, this fresh knowingness, uncontrived, unaltered, is luminous, naked awareness. When thoughts arise within that nature, recognize them, experience them on arising, and relax within that recognition. Their arising and self-liberation occurs simultaneously, like the drawing on the water's surface. Just disappears. And when thoughts do not arise, that is non-meditation, free from thoughts. Emptiness, spaciousness, knowingness, beyond the meditator and beyond the object of meditation, is called ultimate wisdom, gnosis, present from the beginning. You give up hope, and you give up fear. And you live in the natural state of awareness. And we die in the natural state of awareness. And we reincarnate as the natural state of awareness. A little extra there. Thoughts. Stop following after them. Hope is an obstacle. Fear is an obstacle. Do not greet them. Do not embrace them. If you can rest within this nature that is beyond mind and activity, you will definitely discover the Dharmakaya as your own heart. Then another reading from Dzogchen Rinpoche. And this is a really great super text. The magical play of the original state. A song and dance of sublime aspiration. It's one of these Vajra songs that yogis write as they experience realization, as they experience liberation. Better word. So there's a series of these, but I'm going to pick this one up. How amazing, how fantastic. In the sacred place, the energy of great exaltation at the crown of my head abides the peerless Lord Protector, my root Lama, my root Guru. Often the root Lama, the Guru, is that yogi that really introduces us in the direct transmission of that experience of awareness, self-liberation. Opens it. Abides the peerless Lord Protector, my root Lama, my root Guru. Think of me, your child, who prays to you with compassion. Think of me with compassion. And grant me your blessings and the sublime supreme empowerment. Just liberation. My present awareness, the fourth aspect beyond the three times. So my present awareness is that timeless awareness beyond past, beyond simply the present, beyond the future, but it's manifesting in the present moment. Timeless awareness. Lord, isn't this your wisdom mind, your wisdom awareness? My awareness, my own awareness, the foundation of all phenomena, this awareness. Root Lama, root Guru, Isn't this you? I have never been apart from this, even for an instant. Never, never apart. Yet I was so unaware of it. So obscured for me. Now that I experience it, now that I recognize it, my root Lama, my root Guru, disappears. And the designated pure lands disappear. Unobstructed within this unborn space of the nature of awareness. I exult within this awareness, the play of empty, spacious exaltation. When all experience, every experience, arises as the Lama's nature, as the Guru's nature, clinging to pure lands is misleading. The label, Rupakaya, form, dimensions, the narrow path of attachment. There is no Lama, there is no Guru outside of me. I look within. I have discovered enlightenment within my own self. How exhilarating, how amazing, how unbelievable. This is never-ending happiness. How amazing. And this is the kindness of my Holy Lama, my Guru. And the blessings of the Gurus, the Lama's profound instructions. I sing this joyous, exalted song and dance upon reaching the summit of my aspirations. I'm going to read one more. There's about 5 or 6 where he takes all these aspects of path, right? And he deconstructs them. You with me? And always holding this paradox. Huh? I'll read one more. How amazing, how fantastic. In the sacred place, Potala Mountains, Pure Land, abides the Sambhogakaya master, the Bodhisattva Chesarig. Great compassion, huh? Avalokiteshvara. Think of me, your child, who prays to you with compassion, and give me your blessings and the sublime empowerment. Like, knock and be given. Seek, be found. Should ask for it. Ask for it. My awareness naturally clear without covering veils. My awareness naturally clear without covering veils. Lord, isn't this your wisdom awareness? This display of my awareness, the spontaneous wisdom of love and sublime knowledge, Avalokiteshvara, Lord of compassion, isn't this you? I was never apart from this, even for an instant. Never apart. Yet I was so unaware of it. And now that I experience it, now that I recognize it, Bodhisattva, great compassion, the Bodhisattva of great compassion, disappears, dissolves. Potala Mountain vanishes, unobstructed within the unborn space of this nature of awareness. I exult within this awareness, this play of spacious manifestation. When all radiance has the nature of Sambhogakaya, when all radiance has the nature of Sambhogakaya, all appearance. Clinging to Pure Lands is misleading. The label sacred Dharma, the narrow path of attachment. There is no bodhisattva great compassion outside of me. I look within. I've discovered the Sambhogakaya within myself. How amazing, how exhilarating, how unbelievable. This is never-ending happiness. How amazing. And this is the kindness of my holy Lama, my Guru. And the blessing of the Guru's, Lama's profound instructions. And I sing this as joyous, exalted song and dance upon reaching the summit of my aspirations. And then one more. There's another text. And there are many different forms of this particular text called calling the prayer of calling the Lama from afar, a spontaneous song of original nature. And before we go into this little invocation, the actual experience of the Guru as we attune ourselves to this process of self-revelation within ourselves and within all of our experience, and also through this attunement in each other, everyone, whatever we think their state is, whatever we think is beyond their state, their psychological state, right? Is also, as is described, the path to authenticity. So there is a whole series of literature in Dzogchen and Shaivism about becoming an authentic person, an authentic being. And it's quite powerful as the understanding that this process of attuning to the Guru and the self-manifestation of this experience and the attunement of it and experiencing everything and through this dimension actually brings us into authenticity, because it brings our awareness into complete authenticity in time and space. Authenticity isn't just cultivating our favorite little modality, like we all have our favorites, as we know, right? As Jung describes so eloquently, something like thinking, really, rationality is it, some affect is it, some historical internalizations are it, whatever our favorite a little shtick is, right? And so authenticity, we think, oh, I'm authentic to this feeling, or I'm authentic to that feeling, and often that's simply a lack of creativity in the moment. It is. How's that feeling again? And we pet it like a dog. I'm serious, no offense to me or anybody, right? We think, oh, this is authentic. And we pet it and cultivate it, And we become it more and more. It organizes us. And so awareness disappears within that affective state, right? Have you ever felt that at least once? And could you raise your hands just a little down? You felt that? Have you felt that? Or even structures of our mind. Superego structures are really great. the great substitute for authenticity is the superego. And when you have the superego, you really feel authentic, right? That's the delusion of the super. Yeah. Have you ever been in the superego for a few moments? Yeah. The great feeling of the superego is authenticity. It feels authentic, right? It feels right. This is the right moment. This is it. And God is on our side. God is an entity, right? Big. So that's really, it's really tricky, right? So slowly but surely, as that structure is metabolized by the fire of awareness, the guru is fire, actually. The guru is the fire element. But it gets really hot around them. And you feel like you're on fire. And you want to run. Did you ever have this? You just want to run. You know, and they can be very nice, simple looking people or something. But that fire is so intense. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Let's see it one time just for a moment, okay? Let me out of here. Right? Do you know that? Yeah. So that's one of the experiences, is let me out of here. Hope I'm not just talking to myself. Maybe I am, but that's okay. I benefit. Let me out of here. That's one of the favorites, okay? So authenticity arises through the grace of the Guru. And the grace of the Guru, you hear that phrase a lot, the grace of the Guru, the givenness of the Guru, the kindness of the Lama, isn't simply because a person who embodies that or is nice to you or kind to you, okay? That energy arises in you and comes through that person simultaneously. It's actually a simultaneous drama. It happens simultaneously. And many of the great yogis describe that, how this just happens. So they walk and this energy comes through them naturally. It's not like they're yes you and no you, not you. Say yes if you're following this. So you want to have some, don't go to sleep. You want to have some, as one way of getting out of here too, is you go to sleep. One of the things around being around yogis, the real ones, you'll find yourself going to sleep. You ever found that? You know, I'm actually getting out of here. What I'm doing? Okay, let me out of here. What happened there? It's a lot, and it's really good. So authenticity is the authenticness to that dimension, no matter what. So let's have one more reading here. So let's do this time. I'll pass this around to you all, and each of you can read 2 lines of this, okay? You read it first quietly to yourself, and then you read it out loud. So 2 lines, I'll just pass it around this way. And if you don't have glasses, you can just pass it.
The essence, primordially unchanging, the innate nature, free from elaboration, dwells as the youthful vast body, the originally pure, profound clarity.
Dharmakaya Lama, Yeshe Dorje, you who know, please grant the blessings to attain great confidence in the view. Oh, okay. The nature, unceasing, conjoined configuration of luminous clarity dwells as the display of the spontaneously present five certainties.
Sambhogakaya Lama Dejen Dorji, you who know, please grant the blessings to perfect great ability in meditation. The compassion without bias, the primordial wisdom, free from all limitations, dwells as the essence of all pervading naked awareness, emptiness.
Namanakaya Lama Droldo Lingpa, you who know, please grant the blessings to accomplish great progress in action. The primordial ground of one's own awareness is unchanging and unmoving.
Whatever arises as the expression of the Dharmakaya is neither good nor bad. Since awareness of nowness is actually the Buddha.
Free, completely serene, Lama heart innermost is revealed. Original mind, this, of Lama very nature, as realized when grasping attachment, prayers, fabricated complaints, the unnecessary, uncontrived awareness.
Natural flow, free, in letting go by, holding not whatever arises, self-liberation, blessings that are obtained.
Through fabricated practice, there is no time to achieve enlightenment. This meditation, produced through mental analysis and intellect, is a deceiving enemy. Now, conceptualization falls apart with the abandon of a madman. Let this life be spent in a state of uninhibited naked ease.
Whatever one does, joyful. Practitioner of the great perfection, in any company, happy. Lineage son of the lotus born.
Protector without rival, great treasure revealing Lama. Teachings beyond compare, heart essence of the Dakinis.
Having dispelled the heart's darkness, great ignorance in its own place, the undiminished sun of luminous clarity shines continuously.
This good fortune is the kindness of the Lama, the only Father. Unreparable kindness. Only remember the Lama.
I'm going to read it one more time. It's really quite, and we're reading it as an invocation, right? We're invoking, we're calling, invoking the power of invocation, right? The capacity to invoke and bring forth within our own self and situations these dimensions. So the essence, primordially unchanging, this innate nature, free from elaboration, dwells as this youthful, vast body, the originally pure, profound clarity, light. Dharmakaya Lama, Yeshe Dorje, means primordial wisdom indestructible. You who know, please grant the blessings, the gifts to attain great confidence in the view. Means no doubt, beyond doubt, beyond doubt. And this nature, unceasingly conjoined, this configuration of luminous clarity, dwells as the display, the manifestation of the spontaneous present certainties. Right place, right time, right situation, right teacher, the right moment. Sambhogakaya Lama, Dechen Dorje, great bliss, path of bliss. Guru Yoga is the path of bliss. You who know, indestructible bliss. You who know, please grant the blessings to perfect, to complete great ability in meditation. We're asking for it. The compassion without bias, the primordial wisdom, free from all limitations, free of all bondedness. It dwells as the essence of this all-pervading, naked awareness, openness. Nirmanakaya Lama, Drogo Limpa, you who know. And this means the tamer of beings. Actually, it also means the liberator of beings. You who know, please grant the blessings to accomplish great progress in action. We're asking for that also, right? Primordial ground of one's own awareness is unchanging and unmoving. The primordial ground of one's own awareness is unchanging and unmoving. And whatever arises, whatever manifests, is the expression of the Dharmakaya and is neither good nor bad. And since awareness of nowness is actually the Buddha, the completely serene Lama is revealed in our innermost heart. When this original awareness is realized, is experienced as the very nature of the Lama, the nature of the Guru, when this original awareness is experienced as the very nature of the Guru, there is no need for whining, contrived prayers made with graspingness. By letting go in this free, unbound, natural flow of uncontrived awareness, not holding whatever arises, the blessings, the gift of self-liberation is obtained, is given. And through fabricated practice, there is no time, no space to achieve, to experience enlightenment. The meditation produced through mental analysis and intellect alone is a deceiving enemy. So now, conceptualization falls apart with the abandonment of a mad person, let this life be spent by us in the state of uninhibited, naked ease. And whatever you do joyfully. Practitioner of the great completion. In any company, happy, lineage daughter, lineage son of the lotus born. And the lotus born means the primordial guru manifesting. Protector without rival, great treasure revealing Lama. Teachings beyond compare, heart essence of the Dakinis. Having dispelled the heart's darkness, that closedness, having dispelled great ignorance, in that place is the undiminished sun of luminous clarity that's shining, radiating continuously through us and in us. And this good fortune is the kindness of the Lama, the only mother, the only father. Unrepayable kindness. I remember the Guru, I remember the Lama. So we'll just sit with that for a few moments. So we're looking forward to everybody coming Sunday. And how we're going to do Sunday, we're staying awareness. As first at 12 o'clock, the working team comes. And I'm going to get a little bit, this is going to go very fast, but we should hear it just one time. So at 12 o'clock, a certain team will come. And the outside greetings will come there. And there's a car drivers, okay? Because the 3 cars are going to come up. And so Chris, Idam, and Miley. Is Miley here? Miley's going to be here? Okay. We'll take the Lamas will come out, and people take the cars and park them. And then from greeters from the center will be there, and Sharon, Karen, and Juliet, and they're like the board of the center. We have a little bit of institutionalization taking place. We're very uninstitutionalized here, but at this moment. But then also some Thai students are there, and one is Coulter. We know Coulter and Elliot Dasher and Leah. They're students of his, and they'll be there that he can see some familiar faces. Okay, then they come in. And they will actually sit in the living room for a little while, just to kind of take a little bit. And then they'll come downstairs, and the program will start. I'll go to the basement team, the technical team, who we completely depend on. Skip, who does everything. Tom, who's there for the Zoom. Michelle for recording. Registration will be Aaron and Heidi, okay? And as people come in, you're going to get a little number, okay? Your number will be on there and a little color. It's like you either go down or up, okay? No! And then come, okay? And then at the table, Kate will be at the table with selling all the little stuff. But we're not going to be selling. You're only going to sell as people come in. We're not going to have a lot of stuff going on. So if you want to buy a kata, I would really buy a kata and get the blessing from the Lama, and I would keep that kata. You with me? Or give it away to someone you know. It's going to have a lot of energy. Everything. You see, the Guru is energy, ultimately. The Guru is light, space, but actually the Guru is energy. In the most heartfelt way, the Guru is Shakti, energy. And that energy sticks. It stays with stuff. It stays with people. Everything becomes magnetized. The magnetizing process. So you take that. I would take that copter. Is that what it's called? Okay. So then Janie will be at the door. Barbara will be at the door of the bathroom, which means when you first come in, you can use the bathroom on the first floor. After that, you can't use the bathroom on the first floor because the Lamas will be using that bathroom. You can use the bathroom on the second and third floor. We're doing this now, then later. And then Kay will be at the door where you either come in or go up. You come downstairs here. In the hall will be Elizabeth, will be hall head. Mimi will be there. Michelle, Mary Kay, is that okay with you to be a hall person? And Marla and someone named Heather. Okay. And we're going to work this out. I'm taking a little time doing this right now. I hope you guys don't mind. But we're going to have 2 people walking people, but we're also going to have a hall person here and a hall person there and a hall person just standing in those places because we really want to have discipline. We treat people very nicely, but definitively. And 2, we want silence. There'll be no talking this entire time. As soon as you come in, silence. We don't want a lot of noise. You can speak to give a person instructions. Other than that, and also if people are talking, you're going to ask them to be quiet until after the program is over. You with me? That's we want this really silent, okay? And then let's see. Okay, that's it. Okay, and chanting will be Tanya. Tanya, you'll be chanting. Tanya, they're great. chant the Vajrasattva mantra. Okay, maybe we can get some, and we might chant the whole Vajrasattva the first few minutes, but then just the Vajrasattva, the short mantra. Officially, so the team comes at 12 o'clock. Then all of us then come at 1 o'clock. And from 1 to 1:30, everybody's invited to come. And everybody's to be seated by 1:30. It should really be 1:45. Okay, then we're going to have about a half an hour of simply staying focused. If you want to come earlier, you can. Come at 10 to 1. Okay, I'd like to, if you come at 10 to 1, or even a quarter to 1 if you want to. But you can't be running to the bathroom and chatting. We want to sit, we want to hold the energy, we want to hold the place as a real container, invoking the Lama's presence coming, okay? That making sense? And then some people also help out upstairs. We're going to have 70 people down here. One of the problems, we have about 10 Lamas coming, okay? That takes up a lot of place. So some of us will be down here, some will be in the back room, some of us will be upstairs with the TV, some of us will be helping out. We all are doing what they call Guru Seva. We all are doing service. You with me? You may be paying money here to help them get here, but you're going to be doing service to this energy. Ultimately, the Guru is energy. You with me? Gnosis is energy. Knowledge is energy. Vibration, power. So we're relating to that energy even at home when we go to sleep, right? In dreams. Now, who's coming here? Tai Situ Rinpoche is coming. And I'm going to have Lama Jandrum talk about him a little bit because it's the most amazing story since about the 11th century. I think I mentioned this, that he incarnates. So as Buddhism left India, because they were being slaughtered by the Mongols and those people, they left India, and they were up in northern India. So as they came down, a lot of the monasteries were destroyed, texts, and so they went to Tibet. It was one of the places they went to Tibet. So in Tibet, you start having, and they also went to Tibet before that, like in the 8th century, 7th century. So in Tibet, you have this thing that's the old tradition, the old translate started like the 7th and 8th century, and that's the Enigma tradition, okay? And we have an alliance with that tradition a lot, that particular. And then the 11th century, just give a little bit of history. Sometimes I find this stuff helps. 11th century, then everyone starts coming to Tibet, okay? This big movement. It's already established in Tibet. Pabasambhava was in 8th century. Same time as in the 9th century, 8th century, when Kazimierz Shafer in this particular teachings taking place. But the 11th century, the new translation means they're coming from India, and they're trying to also bring back some of the Indian understanding, okay? So there's some tension at times with these traditions. There always is, like in psychology. Everything is different little tribes. So, and in the very beginning, then, as my understanding goes, in the Kagyu tradition, which is the tradition of action, karmic drama, action, right? And you have it's also par excellence, the Siddha traditions. All these Siddha masters are arising. You with me? Marpa and Talopa, and these fantastic characters, Milarepa, and these very independent people of action start arising, okay? And so the Karma Kagyu tradition is on other Kagyu traditions, and there's the Sakya tradition, Galupa traditions I know very little about. I had one Galupa teacher, but there's different taste in it, really. So, so in this time, then, Tai Situ of the Situal tradition lineage starts reincarnating life after life. And so he reincarnates, and usually there's some letter or something from the Karmapa, who's like the other head, a note, and they go find him. You with me? And then they find him, then the Karmapa, and there's some, actually, I'll put one on YouTube, I have one of him teaching the Karmapa. Tai Situ is teaching the Karmapa as a young boy, 8, 9. It's quite beautiful. And so they teach each other, and you can close your eyes. And you can see the relational dimension, always, the personal dimension, always in lineage. And so then the Karmapa grows up, Tai Situ dies, and then refound again. And you have this life after life, death after death, huh? So, as my friend Elliot was telling me, who's also be coming here, who studied with Taisa, he actually talks a lot about reincarnation because he considers it very much intrinsic to sadhana. You don't want that outside your sadhana practice. You want to have no doubt, because having this understanding, this view, is totally empowering, huh? Because in understanding this view, you start to overcome the fear of death because of awareness. But this is part of the fruition of that. You follow what I'm saying by that? So that is part of him. Also a part that I very little understand, and I have Jamdrun, is he is, according to the story, to become Maitreya, the final Buddha. Okay, so that's a pretty powerful gulp there. So you think of that, that's a big chunk. You with me? And I'm not even going to say anything about it because I haven't quite gulped it. But she will talk about that. And so the Maitreya Center, what they're building, is coming to confirm that, this center. So there's this little intuit network, and that this particular being in some will be Maitreya. Are you with me? So that's pretty heady stuff, just to think about it and have it somewhat open to what that actually means. But I think it really says something about him. So he's coming. Then Dzogchen La. He's 95 years old, and he's the tutor of Tai Situ. So we're having this lineage thing taking place. And he's going to remain upstairs with Lama Norla. So they'll be upstairs. But just having his presence is totally, totally cool. Then Lama Gopal and Lama Paljur and Lama Kelsing, who are Tai Situ's assistants. So they'll probably be sitting here. We have a lot of hall people do a lot of manipulation here, getting people in. Then another Lama coming, Tukta Rinpoche, who is another renowned reincarnated Lama of realization, and he's only 40 years old. So he's somewhat in this whole mixture here. So he'll be sitting here, Taisito here, and then Lama Jamdron will be sitting there. Okay, and then he'll have an assistant there. Also, there's a person named Mr. Chu, who's a cameraman. He'll be here too. Maybe someplace, right? Then Lama Norla will be here. He'll be sitting upstairs. Tempa Lakshi will be there. Lama Sangsang will be up there. Lama Drum will be down here. And there's a driver called Tese Dawa. Now, you don't have to take this responsibility, but he needs a place to stay. He's 60 years old. He completed the 3-year deal, and he's Lama Norla's driver. If you have a place and you feel comfortable with him staying there, he'll be saying Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Think about it, and you can let me know after this. If you live in Virginia, it's better because that's where Pentagon Center is where their hotel is at. So if you want to, if you feel like you really want to, and if not, somebody from Rinpoche Center can do that. Okay. Okay, but so no, there's no food. There's no nothing. I'm glad you brought that. You come in. And you come downstairs or upstairs. If you're upstairs, you use the second floor for the bathroom, the third floor. You buy the katas fast. You with me? Fast katas. You with me? We want to keep this moving. Okay. Always one of the most chaotic moments here. You may have noticed when people come up with the blessings, it's awfully really a mess, right? People are climbing over each other's bodies, grasping to get up there. We're going to try and do it a little more civilized this time, and I'm sure Elizabeth is going to work it all out for us. We're going to do it this way. We're going to do it this way. When it comes at the end of the talk, there'll also be questions and answers. We really want you to think about having a question that's really meaningful to you and to the mark. You with me? And most of the time, I really love people's questions. Because people ask questions because they have thought about it, and they're not just doing showtime for Bonzo. Sometimes you have an hysterical moment, but But for the most part, people ask questions that really have resonance to it. And when you hear the question asked, it really opens up the Lama's response. You with me? So what's going to happen when it comes to the blessing, the people, and this is a hopeful thought, right? No more hope, but we're going to have people from this side come up. The people over here aren't going to move. They're going to come up. Boom, boom. They're going to go upstairs and leave. Do not hang around. Go. Time to go. In fact, some of the first people who go up will be the hall monitors, like Kay, and people should leave. You should leave. Hasta la vista. Go.
The program's done.
For you, it's done.
Rudy,
Yeah.
just about an offering, or
Yep.
do we need envelopes?
You can bring an offering if you want, and envelopes if you want. Okay.
Do you want me to just bring that?
That'd be great. That'd be one thing. That'd be great. That'd be great to have.
Bring cash. And how much?
Whatever you want to. If you've given the official donation already, which is $50, okay? People who are going to be using Zoom should also give the donation of $50, okay? Because we are supporting all these people coming. We're happy to do that, and we can do that, and people have been very generous. But we're supporting the hotels, and we're doing it right, and food. We're not doing the thing where, how can I say it? People are being treated really appropriately. You follow me? Appropriate for who and what they are, you know.
Who should the checks be made up? Yeah, good question.
I think that when you come at KTC,
KTC.
KTC, make the check out to KTC.
That's good.
And at KTC. Let me check to make sure it's KTC, but KTC.
Okay.
So you people will come up. You should feel free. We'd like you to come around and you actually have that feeling of meeting him. Just, and sometimes people bring pictures of someone or whatever. It's fine, okay. But it's really, to me, one of the most important parts of the whole thing. To have that encounter with that experience, okay. And then you leave. Bye. Then after this group is here, this group then comes up. Same thing. And then as we're getting thin, we're going to start bringing people from upstairs. There's 45 more people upstairs. There'll be a little collision at the coming down and up the steps, but we can work that out. But don't linger around. And if people are lingering around, push them out. You with me? Be gone. So we want to keep it moving, right? Yes, that's we got a lot of hall monitors who are going to help keeping this thing go. So, and then as people coming up here and it starts to thin, we get the other people, they should come down directly, no lingering, no chatting. Then they come, then they leave. You with me? And then the lamas will probably come upstairs and sit for a few moments. Then they leave. Yes.
Sometimes some of the people who come downstairs literally bring suitcases with them.
They should not bring suitcases.
So I don't know if there's
We're going to put a note out, do not bring suitcases. And if they bring a suitcase, they have to go upstairs and they can put the suitcase in the living room, or if they're particularly paranoid like I am, they can put it on the second floor hall. And they should be back down immediately, okay? But none of that stuff, okay? Small handbags, yes. I think, but no, not we know what suitcases. Backpacks, suitcases, and the people at the hall will take care of that. Mimi's also going to be there when people come in. You're going to let them, if they got a lot of stuff, upstairs. Kay and Barbara will be there will also. So we want people to keep moving.
And Sharon also liked it last time when we were packed to have people with either nothing to drink.
We don't really want stuff to drink this time down here. No drinks, no stuff. It's only going to be 2 hours, an hour and a half. No drinks, no stuff.
cell phones.
Turn off cell phones. That's not going to be a big deal, though. Usually it's not. No. No pictures, no pictures. Skip will take pictures, right? He'll be taking some pictures.
We have permission.
I think they'll be able to take pictures. But no, they don't want pictures taken. Okay. we're not going to do that. He's going to know about that. That happens automatically. A lot of this stuff is just entertainment practices. Focus here, focus there. It's really in the realm of entertainment. I don't mean it in a negative sense. It's just like it gives us something to do. Guru Paya. Everything else is extra. Yes.
This is more of a philosophical than logistical.
Yeah.
With all the people coming and all the, like you just said, this big entourage, what really made them want to come here? I'm really wondering. I mean, we want them. What made them want to come?
Like I said in the beginning, I don't know. I really don't know. But I do know this is Washington, D.C. And this is terribly important times in D.C. And many of these yogis come to little out-of-the-way places. You with me? This is not the cathedral. They could be any place they want to. But they come because of giving blessings. That's how I look at it. That's how I like to look at it. So that's how I think about it. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's how I feel. They come here. It's very out of the way. It's not a big deal. There's no PR. There's no this, no that. And then also, we're going to have them speak at the theological seminary. Also, it's just pure energy that's coming, and it comes. And so that's how I look at this. You with me?
After we leave, what time can we come back to help clean up?
You guys don't have to clean up. I appreciate it a lot. I think there's very little stuff to do here. I really appreciate it, but there's going to be very, 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 very little. There's no food. There's no this. We're appearing, and just like the tantric chant, it appears and then disappears. That's what we want, the appearance and disappearance. Any other questions? It's going to be a great, great time. Yes, please. No, I'm talking about Barbara Butera. Barbara Butera. Yes. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, Barbara will be simply upstairs. She won't be. I don't think we asked Barbara to be down here, did we? Maybe so. I don't think so. Okay, the other Barbara, great. I always love when Barbara can come. She can't often, but she can. Yes.
Are you having a session on Saturday morning at 8?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Great.
And Rudy, just so we can have exact change for the kuka. How much is it?
The larger ones are 5, and the smaller ones are 3.
So we have change ready, or you want people to bring exact change?
You could. It'd be great if you could. I mean, as easy and as direct as we can make it, I think would be wonderful. So if you can, yeah.
Great. Any other questions? Great. Okay. Is there Friday meditation? Yes, there's Friday meditation here. Everything else is the same. Then we'll talk about Tuesday later. I'd like to say this. So 1 o'clock is the official time for people to come. If you guys come a little earlier, no one's going to complain, okay? And we'll be set to we really want to be seated and holding awareness. Okay. On Tuesday, the talk's at 7 o'clock. We're sending out a map. You should be getting a map, how to get there. I think also Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll have some also maps here, how to get there. Parking is difficult there. And so you should get there really early. I'm going to go there about 5 o'clock, okay? Should get there early, 6 o'clock, to park and to find the place. It's going to be chaotic. You're probably starting a little late. Number 2, I'm going to ask some people also to help out. I won't do that today, but maybe the same hall people that we can also help direct people into the place and sit them down and all that kind of stuff. A-okay? And initially that was supposed to be a very... I have a friend who teaches a class there, and sometimes I teach it with him occasionally on meditation and contemplation at this seminary. And it was supposed to be just to be for that class, okay? 11 people. And we wanted to have Rinpoche, just to and then it's now 160 people, and people turned away. It always gets out of control. So this is how this stuff unfolds chaotically. So now let's hold awareness. Yes, please. Yeah, that would be great. That would bring stuff there too. Whatever you have left over, bring that there. So I don't want to use all our time with this. Okay, let's yes. We're going to send names and email, and the whole stuff will be coming. Okay, We've tried to get everybody down here as much as possible, okay? Bye. Good luck this evening. You're ready. We'll focus on you. Okay. Now, I'd like to read something. One more thing. Let's focus here. I'm going to read something from a great astrologer who happens just to be my son. A little nepotism here. But I want to read you this for right now. Okay, I just got this morning. I didn't even know about it, but I got it. So here it is. We'll just focus in because all of the cosmological energies also in a form of the guru, right? With that understanding. Dear friends, a constant topic with clients this past spring has been the ongoing conjunction, the conjunctio, of Mars and Saturn in Scorpio. Begun in mid-February of this year and continuing on and off until mid-September. For some of us, dependent on the position of the planets in our birth charts, this combination is particularly striking. For all of us, it colors the general atmosphere of the times. And we can describe it as increased agitation in the world and also a feeling of dread and unease, of everything being up in the air with no clear direction to take towards resolution. And to speak of the planetary archetypes, in their most general sense, Saturn is contraction, containment. That's why it's the power of it is really the guru's power. There's the guru as Jupiter, and the guru is Saturn, and also Venus. So every planet has an aspect of the guru manifestation, okay? It slows and frustrates and delays, contains. Ultimately, the difficulties and suffering of Saturn push us towards self-direction, self-transformation, self-liberation. But it can be an unpleasant journey. Mars is fire. It is the life force, our capacity to take action. When Mars is strong and unencumbered, we act towards progress in our lives and in the world. However, when these two planets sit together in the same sign as they do now, one can have a feeling of going many directions at once while really going nowhere. When Mars is aspected by Saturn, it becomes agitated and misdirected. And this agitation may manifest as an urge to change everything. Change of careers, change of relationships, residences, all can arise in this moment. It may even be a good period to act on these urges, but only if one intuits that these changes are really leading towards progress rather than change for change's sake. Sort of, let me out of here. The latter can cause real havoc. Or as they say, Saturn does damage. You know? Conversely, this agitation may also feel like paralysis. And this conjunction raises a need for certainty, when certainty for the moment is all but impossible. The fast-moving and vibrant fire of Mars is being held in place by the immovable hand of Saturn. We want to take action. We feel we must take action, but it's only through letting go of any hope for real certainty in the moment, and taking small routine actions every day, that we can begin to actually move this albatross of Saturn. Thus, what arises is positive in this conjunction, this conjunctio. It is really a union. Huh? It's really a union in psyche and situation. Is the capacity to orient oneself to the present moment. Buddha is now. If there can be no certainty and there's too many directions to take, then we must use these limitations to live in the present and make progress in small ways, hour to hour and day to day. It is through these small routine actions, letting go of the big picture for the moment, that the fruits of Saturn begin to reveal themselves. To be given. Saturn gives gifts. Okay? Our task may feel Sisyphean. You know Sisyphus, right? In nature, but ultimately, in letting go of our worries, our fears, and dread, only doing what we can in this moment, everything begins to open up. For those with enough self-discipline, and self-awareness to recognize this present turbulence and move forward accordingly, this period can be quite useful or successful, even if at times if it feels like purgatory. By mid-June, Mars appears retrograde long enough to briefly separate from Saturn and enter Libra from June 17th to June 12th. Space. June 17th to July 12th before returning. Okay. During these weeks, situations which have felt stuck may finally move forward, however briefly. Mars ultimately leaves Saturn's position in Scorpio for good coming September 17th. Almost done. Hope you're finding this useful, especially in light of we spoke about the Guru. For the conjunction, the conjunctio to take place in Scorpio, as the conjunctio takes place in Scorpio, the water sign of Mars, we should also note that many difficulties relating to water and fears associated with water, droughts, floods, calamities of this nature happens. And this may continue until Saturn also leaves Scorpio completely in January 2017. Scorpio is a sign which signifies mystery and depth. And in a way I'm adding this, the true unconscious. It really relates, I don't mean simply the psychological unconscious, but the unconsciousness as these primordial energies, right? It really messes around with this in depth, huh? It's not a superficial moment. We see our hidden fears, and that's why it's perfect that the Guru's coming at this moment here, right? In terms of what happens. We see our hidden fears, our hidden neurosis arise as a people, a terror arising from the depths. We see an uptick in zealotry, conspiratorial thinking, both political and religious extremism. Scorpio also relates to the past. We fear our history. What has happened may somehow happen once more. It is no surprise then to find out that the U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump, who embodies, this is really important, I mentioned before, many of these manifestations, has his natal moon in Scorpio. So Trump's natal moon in Scorpio. And you also know who else has a natal moon in Scorpio? Swami Muktananda. So they have this capacity of attunement to primordial dimensions of people. Huh? That's why they have archetypical charisma, even when they may seem not so. What is most useful? Okay, what is most useful to know? Almost done. That's why someone like Baba's chart is a chart that something can actually take place with a chart like that. If it happens to go to spirituality, it can be spiritual. If it happens to go to politics, whatever, when you have that chart with that power, you can do a lot which you want to do. You with me? Depends where you want to place it. You with me? It also has a thing, when you have a moon in Scorpio, you have all this power coming through you. You with me? You have primordial awareness, all this coming through the energies. Fire, stuff, charisma. You look at Jennifer Lawrence. Her charts also. She's actually a simple, nice-looking person, but she has all this charisma, and she has some of the same energy coming through her also in her own way, this power that she has. So, it's a powerful time now. So much of this fear that arises is just fear alone. Let me say this again. Much of the fear that arises is just that, fear alone. In many senses, there's an apocalyptic undercurrent to these fears. This apocalyptic feeling is itself an affect of the psyche arising. So there's, with this thing, psyche is arising, right? That's what we might even for ourselves personally, this event is happening for us in our life. That's from a cosmological point of view, okay? So the apocalyptic feeling is itself an affect of the psyche arising, of ourself diving into the depths, or the self-arisingness of depths at this moment. To view it from this vantage point and to experience it as such is to metabolize it and to pass through the fear and delve into the mystery of the psyche, which is ultimately the greatest manifestation of this present archetypical field. And for us, it is the mystery of reincarnation, death after death. Huh? I put this on Facebook. I just got it this morning. And if you go to Facebook, the Washington Center for Conscious Studies Facebook, he may have sent it out to email. Great. Okay, and you can get it from that way. Great. I got it for this way. Okay, guys? Thank you, guys. So here we are. Let's hold awareness for, it's almost 10 to 12. We'll hold it again. When they do Guru Rinpoche's mantra, it's a mantra to the primordial guru. All these symbols of the primordial guru, right? We'll focus for a few minutes. Let's extend to each other. If you want to go Tuesday, if you sign up for Tuesday, I would get there by at least by 6 o'clock to work it out. If you can get there by 5:30, better, and be able to help out some stuff. If you're on Zoom, be sure to mute yourself, okay? And at 1 o'clock we'll come on Zoom, we'll come on Tom and Kat will come on Zoom. Do not come on later. Do not come on 2 o'clock because it's convenient for you. We want to have this set up. If you keep coming on later, ain't going to work, okay? Yes?
There's a way that the host can check mute all participants.
Okay, fantastic, great. Yeah, we go do that then. Yep. Hey.
We want people to mute their video also.
Oh, great. Because if you don't, what happens here, if you don't mute video, and especially upstage, if you don't mute video, suddenly you can appear on this and not the Lama. We don't want that. Okay. So we really do. And if we start having that, we're just going to turn the whole system off and give up. Thank you, Tom. Mute. And at 1 o'clock, we'll start the program at 1 o'clock, so everybody should come on at 1. And also, Lama Norla's monastery is going to be on Zoom also. So all the monks and people there in retreat will be watching it, which is totally cool. Thanks, Tom. Beyond hope and despair.
Are they coming in the same room? Or
They'll be coming in the same room, yeah. But we can take 125 people, I think. Okay. Hasta la vista. See you guys later. Thank you today. I hope you don't mind covering this, but this is really part of what's taking place in the ozone. Ozone Day.
Thank you so much for reading.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for reading that. It was like, oh, so it's not me. It's in the air.
It's in the air. It is in the air. It's in the air. Archetypical powers. He's great, isn't he? Simple. He's fabuloso. The best. Thank you, hon. Is Tom saying something? Tom, want to say anything? Okay. Hi, welcome back. What's her name? Hi, good to see you. Welcome back. Did you want to come to the Lama? Did you want to come upstairs? Did you want to come? Tell her she should email. I forget her name. You know her name? Karen.
Thank you.
Did you want to come to see the Lama? Tell Karen to email us. If you could do that, that'd be great, hon. Great.
We're going to carpool together.
Great.
But she's
Okay.
six.
I'm going to have you, if you don't mind, sitting upstairs for part of this. Okay. You're actually in charge of upstairs. Okay. There will be discontentment, but they were great. Just read up. So good. This is going to be great.
I have a new part-time employer, two really wonderful people. They came to London. I saw you.
Oh my God, Bert really.
That's why I think just dark.
Suppose they come on Zoom. Let's say they come on Zoom. Okay, have them come on Zoom. And just record it.
Yes, no, I understand.
Anything like that. And all that stuff.
I think she'll get enough to attend the Washington Hospital Center.
Email me. I'll email them Zoom. Would you email me that? I see if we can work that out.
For just for Darshan.
Let me just email me whether for Darshan or for children, and I'll check it out with John.
Oh, they're great. I'm so happy.
I'm so happy too. And they can be on Zoom and listen.
We're actually coming back for our third, invited back a third time on the third for South Sudan to do Sultan's professional development for South
I
Sudan.
would love to support that. Can you mention this to you? Okay. If you come at 1 o'clock, before you come at 12 o'clock, it's 12 o'clock. You can afford that. And whatever happens to you.
Oh, so great. Your generosity.
Hi.
Do you question talk like this, donating as sponsors? Yes, because I know his intention was very much so. Well, he asked me, he's got a family from synagogue, I'm not exactly sure exactly what time, but he asked if it was possible for me to say upstairs.
He has to do that.
Right.
We have to be very uniform here. He has to email me and talk to me about it.
That's what I, okay, that's what I'm
He should email me. I'll see what the situation is. And again, if you can't come, I have to give a donation and all that stuff. I don't want to feel burdened. But you should email me with his phone number when you think he could be here.
Right, well, that's one of the things. If he can be here by 12:45, I'm not at all
There's no
worried.
problem. But you should email me when he should be here.
Yes,
Okay,
I will make sure
we'll do
that
that.
happens.
Just email me and we'll take care of it.
Yes, okay, good.
Thank you so
All right,
much. I hope it
good.
works out for him. But I think family stuff is really important.
Oh, yeah, because that's one of the things.
And it's Passover. He's got to do it. Thank you. Tell him hello. He has to email and I will try and do what I can do.
Yep, no worries.
This close to the speaker would be better. And Karen's recommending everybody wear earbuds because you hear better on Zoom when you wear earbuds.
Yes. Did you want to come to the center? Did you want to come to the Karen? You have to email me and we'll see if we can work it out, okay? You would be upstairs. You'd be upstairs in the overflow room. But you have to email me. So you email me and we'll see what we can do. And I have to see just what's, some people may be dropping out. Is it always people sign on? And I will email you today. If you email me today, it's better than that.
Okay, I'll do it now.
Great, thank you.
I missed you guys.
We miss you, Fred. You look wonderful. You had a great time in Indy, though. You look great.
I went to hear everything. It was great. I'm just getting better though. I was really sick.
I know. That kind of goes with the story, you know. Thank you, honey. Email me then, okay? Hi.
Thank you for thinking of me, Karen.
Bye, Santa Monica.